Hey YouTube, how you doing? Coming to you with the hot Cheetos here. Well, for today's video, I have a new eyeshadow palette that I haven't heard anybody talk about, and probably because it's a neutral palette, but it's by Colored Raine. Like, when's the last time we had a serious banger? Queen of Hearts from Colored Raine. I don't think any palette they give can give what that's giving, but I will give them a chance to give me. So I purchased the Rebellious Nudes palette, and I have to say the performance is good. I kind of like it. I mean, but it's a basic palette, but it's in Colored Raine's formula, so why not? Why not? And I bought it during the sale. Were you shopping during the sale, or you was sleeping? Because I was shopping. I shouldn't have been shopping, but I was shopping. But that's besides the point. If you want to see how I got this look using this palette and no foundation, my mask edition of a bead, just continue to watch. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Don't ask about my hair. Things got out of hand real quick. Real quick. That's what happens when you're yearning for change in the nation. So for today's video, I have another. Well, this one is Rebellious, so I don't think it counts as your average neutral palette because this one's different. So for today's video, we are going to be trying out for the first time with you guys the Rebellious Nudes palette by Colored Raine. And I love Colored Raine's eyeshadow palettes, so I have high expectations from this palette. So if you're interested in seeing how these shadows perform and what I think of the palette first impression, just continue to watch. So I'm going to take What Rules is So Me, the middle shade here. Yes, that like orange looking one. No, I'm gonna take first I Do What I Want, which is the lighter one, and then I'm gonna take What Rules. Take that on a nice fluffy brush, and I know Colored Raine to be pretty pigmented and blendable. So I hope this is the same loved formula that I expect and I'm accustomed to getting from Colored Raine. So just building that up. I'm trying lightly because I don't know what I'm gonna get, but that is giving me just what I need, where I need it. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. I know it doesn't look like much, but it is a neutral palette. So Rebellious Nudes, the names in here are so funny. Okay, now I'm gonna go into What Rules. That's so me. Lifting the eyebrows so I can see all my real estate. Because I make my own creases. I make my own rules. Wait, there's one in here I have to use, and when I say the name, you're gonna know why, or she will know why, and she will know who she is, and she better be watching my videos. So these names really remind me of the way And not to stereotype anybody, but I'm talking about myself. It really reminds me of New Yorkers, and the things that they say. Yeah. Okay. That gave me just what I wanted in the crease. Nice warm crease. Very wearable. So I'm going to go into this burgundy at the end, and it's called Grown Up Tings. What you know about grown up tings? What you know? Who you know is a grown up? Is me a grown up? So very easy to blend, nicely pigmented, very buildable, which is what I expect from Colored Raine. However, those palettes, the little mini 6-pan, I think they're 6-pan, that was released after this palette, had me sitting there like, what? WTF? Live Out Loud. I like that color. I like it. It's pretty, pretty. So now I'm gonna kind of bring it around slightly, because I don't want it as intense on the inside as it is on the outside. Then I'm going to take my other favorite brush, smaller, and I'm going to go into Who Gonna Check Me, Boo? Who Gonna Check Me, Boo? Which looks to be a black, but I don't know if it's a black. I don't know if it's blackety black. Dab, dab. That's how you do it, a black, because you don't be knowing. Dab, dab, dab. Spin. And I don't want to cover up that red or that maroony color, so just want some dimension back there. And same thing here. Keep it low. Then I want to carve out some lid space because, like I said, I think I'm gonna do a matte eye. So I'm gonna put this in the center. This is just a concealer that is too light for me, that I use for cut creases or makeup looks where I just want to carve out like real estate space. That's what I call it. Real estate space to put shadows. And I need a flat shader, but to carve I'm going to use a small detail brush. I had one here. Where did it go? There we go, hiding. Make sure it's clean. Just a flat. This is don't even, oh, this is a Morphe brush too. This one came in one of them sets. It don't have a number on it. Just says Morphe. So that's where the concealer transfers. So that's how far I'm going up with it. Okay, it's not perfect, but that's fine. We're gonna cover it. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the shade Act Up, which is this nude shade. I got the wrong brush. With a flat shader like this, fluffy but flat brush. I hope it looks deeper on the brush than it did in the pan. I don't know. Oh no, it's fine. And yeah. Makes a basic eye just a little more flashy. I'm going to add a line on my top lash line. I think a look like this is really timeless and sexy. Let me take a little bit of this brown shade. Oh, that did something. Kind of sandwich in between the black and the cream. Okay, so I just put mascara on enough for lashes. So I'm going to show you what I do on a daily basis, and this is Mask Edition face. So when I go to work, I do not wear foundation. I wear concealer to cover the dark circles under my eye and just make me look more awake. But before doing that, I use an eye cream. I use it day and night. And this is from the brand Caudalie. You've probably seen it before, even if you don't think you've heard of it. It's from the brand Caudalie. That's what it looks like. So I take the eye cream and I just kind of pat that under the eye. Bring it down a bit so my under eye is super hydrated. Then on the forehead, I want to take a little bit of a mattifying concealer, just one pump. It's my Fenty Beauty, but you want to use one that is like skin care, not one that's like real sticky and tacky. So I bring that down into the T-zone and I go over the pore filling one and around her face. It's also a barrier for your skin and your mask, because you can get breakouts from wearing a mask, and a lot of us definitely do, me being one of them. But have no fear, I'm here with the answers to everything. So also, yeah, I'm giving y'all all the deets. This is a pair of lashes that I wore to work last time. They are probably these lashes or Ardell. These are Kiss. These ones are probably Ardell, because I think that's the last pack I opened. And I peel the glue off. 1, 2, 3. I usually peel the glue off when I take them off, but you don't have to get it all off, just most of it. And there you go, we got lashes. So the next thing I do for makeup mask edition is everything is primed, right? We here, everything is primed. Now we need to cover the dark circles. So my concealer is a color correcting concealer. If it wasn't, I would use this, or I would use my Fenty eye brightener thingamajiggy, which is also, it's like a peach color, but you get the drift. You use a color correcting shade under your concealer if your concealer is not a color correcting concealer. This just makes it easy, and this is why this is the go for me. And I take some and I put it here, just like that. And here. And if you're in a space where you don't have to wear a mask, you can just spot conceal and just dot 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 dot, or well, that wouldn't be mask edition, but you can spot conceal. But this is what I do for wearing a mask for 12 hours. I don't put foundation on. But believe it or not, and then I go back and I squeeze these lashes in with my lashes. And that is a little thing I do to keep them where I put them. Kind of sit them down. So then I let my under eye dry. But I get a powder out, preferably a translucent powder, or you can use a face powder, which this would be the one I go to, but for every day I don't really go for a colored powder. I go for a translucent powder. And another fun fact is, for every day I normally use a dry beauty blender. And the reason being is because it soaks up less product than a moist beauty blender, and I'm not really working with a lot to begin with. So I'm only going to use this damp one because that's already been used for the day. So why dirty another one? But I go back over the top of my lashes with a liner once I'm done, just to make sure all the glue is covered. And then we have brow gel. So I use a colored brow gel, and this is Benefit's Gimme Brow. It looks like this. You can get a dupe at the drugstore. I mean, not drugstore, beauty supply store. Usually a beauty supply store that has more things that black people look for, you find Ruby Kisses, brushes, and brow gel. But I just take this and just set, not even really set my brows in place, but yeah, set them in place, if that's what you want to call it, just to make the front of them look kind of fluffy. Yeah, I do that because if there is a situation where I have to put on full PPE, I still want to look halfway decent when I take it off. So I let that dry down a bit, and then after it dries down a bit, then I go in with a sponge and blend it, but I keep it isolated to the area in which I placed it. But I'm going to take the Viseart translucent setting powder, and I'm going to go into the cap first and pick up whatever I can, and I'm going to set. And then when there's no more in the cap for me to get, I'll just tap off my brush and set. There we go. Tap off my brush, and the whole purpose is to set, not to brighten, which is what I normally do, you know, when it's not a work day. But here it's to set, mattify any shiny spots. Your eyes look good, so what you want to do on your lower lash line, this is where pencils come in. So I normally use just a colored pencil, but because we have this new palette that we're playing with, I'm going to take the palette and I'm going to take the What Rules shades, which is the orangey shade we have in our crease, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to kind of just push it up against the lash line. And then I'm going to take the burgundy shade and I'm going to push it up against the outer of the lash line. About halfway. And pretty much that's it. Lower lash mascara and I'm out the door. Oh, I did say I was going to do an inner corner highlight. I am. And you can do an inner corner highlight too. So I'm going to take the deepest, not the deepest, but I'm going to take the middle shimmery shade, because this one on camera looks like it's a lime green. That's not what I want. I'll take this one and I'm going to use that in my inner corner, and I'm going to put just a tiny bit in the middle of the lower lash line just to make it, to give it a little razzle dazzle, if you will. Drink your water. If it work, honestly, I don't even do an inner corner highlight just because I just don't. It's like, I'm gonna take the N shade, not the white one, the other one. I'm gonna put that right in the center. It's so effortless and you just put it on and go. Like, sometimes I smudge it out, sometimes I don't, but you don't have to. It's, if I wasn't talking and I was not filming a video for you to see my secrets, that literally is 20 minutes in the morning, which is a part of my morning meditation time, because that time for me is a time to reflect, a time to praise, a time to think about the things that I'm thankful for, to think about things I may need to do, just to sit with my own thoughts. That's what that time is for. So take 20 minutes for yourself, pull yourself together. I don't want to put any product in my hair, so this is what it is. But if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more content like this from me, mask edition, with new or not new products, give this video a thumbs up, put that comment down below, hit the red thing, the subscribe button, and become a part of my YouTube channel, my YouTube family. YouTube, you know, I'm consistent, but I'm not, but I am. But I don't, what rules? I don't follow rules. I do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. And until somebody tells me different, that's just what I'm going to do. So, I'm loving this hair. This is an old wig, y'all, that I repurposed. When I get tired of a wig, I repurpose it. I might color it, I might not, I might cut it, I just go with the flow. So until next time, bye guys.